The prep.
You got the prep.
It changes channels. It changes sound levels.
The 90s, a time when neon colors, grunge music, and cassette tapes ruled the world. It was an era full of trends and innovations that felt like they'd last forever. But here's a question. How many of those once crucial items now seem unnecessary or laughable? Let's look at 30 things from the 1990s once necessary, now completely useless. In the 1990s, beepers, or pagers, were the ultimate tool for staying connected.
Please leave your message after the tone followed by the pound key.
No screens, no apps, just a short, vibrating reminder that someone wanted your attention. When paged, you'd receive a beep or vibration, signaling it was time to find a phone to return the call on your terms. In an era before everyone was glued to their devices, pagers allowed for polite pauses, making communication feel less invasive. However, as the cell phones took over, the need for beepers faded, and with it went that patient system. Remember the ear-piercing symphony of dial-up modems? The sound of dial-up modems symbolized the gateway to the internet in the 1990s. These devices transformed digital data into audio signals, navigating the web at a snail's pace, often crawling at a mere 21.6 kbps. Using one meant sacrificing your phone line, turning it into a one-way street.
Internet, which is much faster than dial-up. All you need is a clear view of the sky to get a broadband signal, so it's available from at least one provider in most remote locales.
For either internet or voice calls, but not both. Some modems let you pause your connection for incoming calls if you were lucky. Today, with lightning-fast fiber and wireless connections, dial-up modems are relics of a bygone era, remembered fondly for their quirky sounds and frustratingly slow speeds. Back in the day, CD players were the pinnacle of portable music technology. These clunky devices were a must-have for any music lover on the go. You'd lug around a stack of CDs, carefully swapping them out to avoid scratches, just to enjoy your favorite tracks.
The whole idea behind this player wasn't so much to make it portable in terms of carrying it around and listening to music while you're on the go.
Fast forward to today, and they've become relics of a bygone era. Streaming services and smartphones have made them completely obsolete. Now they're more likely to be found gathering dust in a drawer or displayed as a quirky reminder of how we once jammed to tunes in the most inconvenient way possible. Remember when recording family memories meant hauling around a hefty device? Back in the 1990s, camcorders were the height of home movie technology. Lugging around those bulky, shoulder-mounted devices made every family event feel like a major Hollywood production. Tapes were popped in, and hours of shaky footage captured birthday parties, vacations, and endless footage of pets doing absolutely nothing.
It's too late. So knowing that, the first thing I did when I saw this camera was I popped in a couple tapes to see if there was any footage still remaining on these tapes. It was just a fuzzy white screen.
Fast forward to today, and smartphones have rendered those clunky machines utterly obsolete. Who needs a camcorder when your phone can shoot 4K video and fit in your pocket? Yet, there's a certain charm in those grainy home videos, reminding us of a time when filming a moment felt like a grand occasion. Back then, disposable cameras were the ultimate sidekick for capturing life's spontaneous moments. Affordable and easy to use, they were staples at parties, vacations, and school trips. You'd snap away without a second thought, eagerly awaiting the surprise of what you'd actually captured once the film was developed. Fast forward to today, and these single-use wonders are relics of a pre-digital era.
That's what the film camera looks like, and on the front there's an on and off switch for the flash, so you push it up and then a little red thing will come on.
With smartphones offering instant, high-quality photos and endless storage, disposable cameras are charmingly obsolete. No more waiting for prints or worrying about wasted shots. The digital age has left these once essential devices behind, now fondly remembered as a nostalgic piece of photography history. Now, think back to when a bulky device was your only way to listen to music on the go. The portable CD Walkman used to be a must-have gadget, offering music lovers a way to enjoy their favorite albums on the move. Compact, yet bulky enough to feel substantial, it featured a disc tray that popped open with a satisfying click, ready to play your favorite CDs. Its iconic skip protection was a game-changer.
Portable Walkman CD player to show you. The model number is D-EJ109. Alright.
Until it wasn't, since it still skipped occasionally, especially if you dared to run or walk too fast. The sound quality was top-notch for its time, but it required a hefty stash of AA batteries to keep it going. Now, it's hard to imagine a time when carrying a stack of CDs and a Walkman was considered cutting-edge technology. In the 1990s, Sonicare toothbrushes were marketed as a game-changer for those with poor motor skills or braces, offering an innovative way to clean teeth with sonic vibrations. It was an essential upgrade from manual brushing for some at the time, promising a superior clean. However, early models were bulky, expensive, and sometimes difficult to handle.
It's optimized for stain removal. I prefer the G2 Optimal Gum Care or C2 Optimal Plaque Control for everyday.
As technology evolved, so did dental care, making these original Sonicare models feel more like outdated relics of a time before smart, ergonomic designs took over. The concept is still relevant today, but the old models have been rendered nearly obsolete by sleeker, more efficient versions that fit seamlessly into daily routines. Typewriter keyboards were once the backbone of every office and writer's desk. They were essential tools for producing documents, tapping out each letter on clunky keys with satisfying clicks.
Hi, this is Stacy with WTI. I'm about to take you back in time with this awesome retro keyboard from Adventurers.
Their simplicity made them reliable, but required muscle power and patience. Fast forward to today, and these relics are mostly a thing of the past. Computers, laptops, and touchscreen devices have taken over, offering convenience, speed, and digital flexibility that the typewriter could never match. In the 90s, Tamagotchis were the height of interactive tech. Virtual pet keychains that demanded constant attention. These tiny pixelated creatures thrived on feeding, cleaning, and playing with their owners. Users could monitor their pet's health, happiness, and well-being with a few buttons, creating a bond that felt strangely real. As the days passed, neglecting the digital creature led to its demise, which had consequences more severe than a simple game of Simon Says.
Unknown, but the important detail is that Yokoi was inspired to create a pet that you could take anywhere you wanted, regardless of what your parents might say.
Though their high-maintenance appeal has faded, Tamagotchis remain a fond relic of the past, offering a mix of nostalgia and amusement for those who once carried their responsibility on a tiny screen. Now, take a look at a toy that took the 90s by storm, captivating with its lifelike movements and quirky personality. Furby was a toy that defined the late 90s, blending tech and fun in a way that no one saw coming. With its wide eyes and twitching ears, this robotic creature responded to touch, voice, and light, seemingly coming to life with every interaction. It could learn phrases like, "I love you," and "I'm hungry."
I don't believe there's anything on his head. And did his allies just come off? Oh my goodness.
Until its battery ran out and it slipped into an eerie silence. Once the craze subsided, Furbies faded into forgotten drawers. But today, they've emerged as quirky collector's items, valued more for their kitschy appeal and nostalgic charm than for any practical play value. Handheld consoles like the Game Boy were the ultimate portable gaming devices back in the 90s. Their chunky design housed a small screen and clunky buttons, but they offered hours of pixelated fun on the go. The Game Boy's monochrome display, though basic by today's standards, was revolutionary at the time.
Introducing Game Boy. It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Game Boy comes complete with batteries and the...
Games like Tetris and Pokemon became cultural icons, and despite the screen's lack of color, players were hooked. Fast forward to today, and smartphones have made these handheld gadgets nearly obsolete, offering a massive library of games, superior graphics, and more versatility, all with the added bonus of being a phone too. Dot matrix printers were once the workhorse of office printing. Known for their distinctive dot printing style. These machines used a print head that moved back and forth, striking an inked ribbon to create characters on paper. They were ideal for printing multi-part forms, receipts, and reports, and their sound was unmistakable, a constant rhythmic whir and clack. However, as technology advanced, they've been replaced by quieter, faster, and higher quality inkjet and laser printers, leaving dot matrix printers as a nostalgic relic of the past, remembered mostly for their noisy presence and low-resolution output. In the 1990s, the Palm Pilot was the epitome of portable productivity. This pocket-sized gadget offered a digital address book.
And of course, being from the late 90s, it's a resistive touchscreen, so pressure needs to be applied using a fingernail or using the included stylus tucked away in the back right corner.
Calendar, and note-taking capabilities, all accessible with a tiny stylus. Its monochrome screen and limited storage allowed users to sync data with their desktop computers via a clunky cradle. Today, these features feel laughably quaint, as smartphones have absorbed and vastly expanded on the Palm Pilot's once cutting-edge functions, leaving it a nostalgic relic of tech's early days. Bagged salad kits were the 1990s echo-answer to fast and easy meal prep. Each kit conveniently bundled pre-washed lettuce, shredded carrots, and a packet of dressing, perfect for a quick side dish.
We're going to prepare this. There's our... It's like salad, some cabbage, carrots, and...
However, with a growing emphasis on fresh, customizable ingredients and environmental concerns over plastic waste, these kits have fallen out of favor. Home cooks now opt for fresher, more diverse produce, often bought in bulk or grown locally, making the convenience of bagged salads a thing of the past. Now, let's take a look back at the golden era of video rentals. These iconic blue and yellow cards were once the gateway to a universe of VHS tapes and DVDs, turning Friday nights into movie marathons. Blockbuster memberships granted access to shelves stacked with Hollywood hits and hidden gems. Each rental meticulously logged. Yet, the rise of digital streaming made the ritual of browsing aisles obsolete. Today, Blockbuster cards are mere souvenirs of a bygone era when movie night meant a trip to the store, not just a click on a remote. Once a rite of passage, personal mixtapes involved recording favorite songs onto cassette tapes, one track at a time, often with painstaking rewinds and play-pause-press timing. These custom playlists were physical mementos, clunky, low-quality audio artifacts with immense sentimental value. You'd find tape decks rewinding to relive a favorite track,
Hear your soothing voice, you set me free,
or awkwardly fast-forwarding through less-loved songs. Now, playlists dominate the digital landscape, letting us mix endless tracks without the hassle. But mixtapes had a tangible charm, carefully labeling each side, hoping the tape wouldn't unravel, and feeling the weight of those memories in your hand. Remember the compact music tech that promised to replace cassettes and CDs, only to vanish almost as quickly as it appeared? Mini discs emerged in the 90s as a compact, futuristic solution to music storage. They looked like tiny, transparent CDs in cases, offering a glimmer of digital sophistication. With recordable capabilities, they aimed to outshine cassettes with clear audio, easy track editing, and durability.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's
But they couldn't compete with the rising dominance of CDs, and MP3s soon delivered the ultimate blow. Despite their sleek design and impressive functionality for the time, mini discs were doomed to obscurity, a technological bridge that no one fully crossed on the way to streaming and digital music players. Before central air became widespread, window air conditioning units were a summertime staple, buzzing and rattling through humid days. These units were bulky and loud, making homes cool but rarely peaceful. Often, only one room felt the real relief. And maneuvering them in and out of windows each season was a chore. Now, central air and quieter portable units reigned supreme. Yet, window units had a certain gritty charm, tackling heat with determination, creating that signature white noise and capturing the essence of beating the summer in the 90s. Keychain organizers in the 90s were the height of organization on the go. Compact and sleek, they packed a punch with room for keys, a mini flashlight, and even nail clippers, essentials for any kid or adult on the move.
You can easily take the keys out or put them back in. Pros, super minimalist.
But these little organizers have been sidelined with smartphones taking over as an all-in-one tool. They may have gathered our essentials, but they couldn't keep up with the all-digital era, where even our keys can be replaced by smart locks. Next, we dive into the story of a gadget that once kept us all on alert. The beeper watch brought a futuristic touch to wrists everywhere in the 90s. Combining the practicality of a watch with a tiny pager, this beeper kept wearers up to speed with mini notifications. Ideal for teens sneaking alerts in class or doctors on call.
And then message in time. So let's go ahead. I doubt this is going to boot up. I'm going to go ahead and get a battery put in this.
However, once smartphones entered the scene with a full suite of communication features, the beeper watch simply couldn't compete. It's now a quirky relic, reminding us of a time when beep meant someone had something important to say. Nothing said cool kid like a metal lunchbox decorated with the latest cartoon character. These sturdy containers held sandwiches, juice boxes, and sometimes a hidden toy. Though they were durable, the lack of insulation made them impractical for keeping food fresh.
I don't know what they were, but still a 9.5 out of 10, this lunchbox. Thank you.
With insulated bags and plastic containers making lunches fresher and easier to carry, the metal lunchbox became a fond memory. But that clinking metal and retro design still bring back lunchroom stories and adventures. Remember the thrill of unearthing a hidden treasure at the bottom of your cereal box? For kids in the 90s, cereal box toys were the main attraction at breakfast, often worth more than the cereal itself. It was a morning ritual to dig to the bottom of the box or shake it for a sneak peek. These toys ranged from tiny action figures and mini cars to glow-in-the-dark stickers.
You got in there.
The prep.
You got the prep. So we got another one of these guys.
With designs changing to match the latest movie or show. But these surprises slowly disappeared with a shift towards health-conscious marketing and more digital engagement. Now, cereal boxes lack that thrill, as screens and rewards apps have replaced the simple joy of a hidden plastic prize. These handheld devices epitomized on-the-go entertainment, featuring a simple LCD screen and basic controls. The game consisted of guiding a snake that grew longer as it ate, intending to avoid running into walls or its own tail. With just a few buttons and minimal sound, the game was addictive in its simplicity. Today, these games are practically forgotten, replaced by high-definition mobile apps offering multi-layered gameplay and advanced graphics, making these retro gadgets a distant memory of a more minimalistic gaming era. Let's take a trip back to the craze that had everyone rolling in the 90s. In the 90s, rollerblades were the ultimate symbol of cool outdoor activity. With their sleek design and wheels in a single row, they offered both speed and freedom. Perfect for gliding down the sidewalk or mastering tricks at the local skate park.
They seem really smooth. Good wheels. Nice and...
The rollerblade craze swept through neighborhoods, with everyone from teens to adults donning a pair and racing down streets. Rollerblade cradles, small skate parks with ramps and rails, popped up everywhere, creating spaces for enthusiasts to show off their skills. But as preferences shifted towards skateboards and bicycles, rollerblades became less common, now gathering dust in closets and nostalgia. The original soda can pull tabs were a simple yet iconic design. A small tab that you'd pull back to open your drink. While convenient, they often posed a hazard, flying off unexpectedly or leaving sharp edges that caused cuts. Despite their flaws, these pull tabs were once ubiquitous on every can, an effortless mechanism for quenching thirst. Today, they've been replaced by stay-on, easy-to-open tabs that minimize mess and danger. The pull tab now lives on only in the memories of those who used to collect them or get surprised by their erratic flight. VHS tapes were the gold standard for home video in the 80s and 90s. These bulky cassettes stored movies, TV shows, and personal recordings, with the satisfying whir of the tape player setting the mood for movie night. You'd have to rewind, deal with tracking issues, and try to avoid the dreaded tape eaters in the VCR.
So this entire stack wasn't worth it, so I'm putting that back, but one thing that is Sasquatch hunters.
Now, VHS has become an obsolete relic, overshadowed by the digital age and streaming platforms. The once familiar tape box is now more of a vintage collector's item than a necessary tool for watching content. The next stop on the trip down memory lane was a time when navigating the world required more than just a swipe of your finger. Before GPS and smartphones, physical maps and atlases were indispensable tools for navigating new cities or road trips. Folding out a massive road map or flipping through an atlas was a rite of passage for travelers, requiring patience and skill to navigate.
Latitude, and of course the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn.
Whether on long drives or planning a trip, these paper guides offered a detailed, tactile connection to the world. Today, digital navigation systems and mapping apps have rendered them almost obsolete, allowing us to find our way with the swipe of a finger, leaving physical maps a quaint memory of pre-tech journeys. Once the go-to for instant memories, Polaroid instant film came with a unique charm. Its bulky camera bodies, the satisfying asterisk whoosh asterisk of the flash, and the anticipation of watching the photo slowly develop made it a staple for photo enthusiasts. With their signature white borders, the film packs offered a tangible way to capture moments before digital photography flooded the scene. Today, while Polaroid is still around, its once popular instant film is more of a novelty than a necessity, as smartphones and digital cameras have made capturing and sharing memories faster and more convenient. In the 90s, Beanie Babies were everywhere. Stuffed animals filled with pellets and their own birth certificates, marketed as both toys and investments. Collectors scrambled to find rare editions, convinced they'd one day cash in big. With their vibrant colors and quirky designs,
Des Moines, I'm Steve Carlin covering Central Iowa for News Channel 8.
They were beloved by children and hoarded by adults, hoping for the next big thing. Over time, however, their value as future treasures never materialized for most, leaving these once sought-after toys to gather dust in attics, overshadowed by the rise of digital toys and experiences. Once a fixture at parties and family gatherings, karaoke machines gave rise to an era of living room pop stars. With wired microphones, song catalogs on clunky CDs or tapes, and a screen to guide lyrics, these machines promised hours of fun. Yet, with the rise of streaming platforms and smartphone apps offering endless karaoke options, without the need for bulky equipment, the traditional karaoke machine has largely faded into obscurity. What was once a party essential now seems impractical, replaced by apps that offer convenience and a nearly infinite catalog of songs at the touch of a screen.